I agree, absolutely. It was a travesty, and but I think it won't have much discernible effect on the election because I think people's minds are made up. I think the most important thing is that um, Biden met he exceeded the low bar that had been set. He didn't melt down on the debate stage. He showed he was competent to be president, and I think Trump missed an opportunity by failing to lay out what he really would like to do in the next 4 years. I think he would be a threat to the republic if he lasted for 8 years. Yes, I think the damage he's done so far can be repaired, both domestically in the U.S. and internationally. I'm actually fairly optimistic about that. But I think 8 years of being unhinged from philosophy or understanding of the Constitution could cause very real damage. And I agree with the idea that you have to maintain your system of government every generation. It's not a given. And some of the comments that Trump made in the Tuesday debate about the election being a matter of fraud and this and that and the other thing, casting doubt on whether the election would be legitimate, I think is very dangerous territory. I say in the book, it was like living inside a pinball machine. There was no process. Every day was a new day. Uh, uh, this is described as the way Trump ran his business, that he'd come into the office and look around and say, what's going to happen today? And he did the same thing. And it's why his decisions are not coherent in a policy framework as we normally understand how government policy is made. So trade policy was probably the best example of complete chaos in decision making. But that was as an approach, kind of the best example of the breakdown of process that we saw in the first term. And I go back to the point I made a moment ago. I think it's going to be worse in a second term. Everybody's traumatized by the 2016 experience where they thought Hillary would win and she didn't. So nobody wants to make any firm predictions. But we're less than 5 weeks away from the election now. Trump has been consistently behind. He needs to change that. He doesn't have much time. Every day that goes by is one day less to change it. So the possibility of an October surprise by him, I think, is real. But what I've been saying is right now, based on what we know, I would bet $1 that Biden wins, but I wouldn't bet any more than that.